everyone, and welcome back to Learn English Hub. I am Emma, and I am incredibly happy to be here with you today.
Hello, wonderful friends. I am Daniel, and I am also very excited to talk with you. We are here to help you learn English in a calm, simple, and easy way.
That is exactly right, Daniel. Our main goal is to make English simple and fun for absolute beginners. We want you to feel completely relaxed and happy while you listen to our voices.
Yes, learning a new language should be a fun journey, not a stressful test. Today, we have a very special and highly useful topic prepared just for you.
We are going to talk about 3 little words that people use every single day. These 3 important words are much, many, and a lot of.
Those are very common words indeed, but they can also be a little bit confusing for beginners sometimes. Even I got confused when I first started learning other languages.
Do not worry at all, because we will make it very clear for you today. We promise to use very simple examples and speak nice and slowly.
You are already doing an amazing job just by being here and listening to us today. Every single time you listen to English, your brain learns something new.
Exactly, Daniel. You should be very proud of your effort to learn English with us. Now, let us start our lesson with the first word, which is many.
That is a great place to start. We use the word many when we talk about things we can count. We call these countable nouns.
Countable nouns are things like apples, cars, or books. You can easily count them with numbers like 1 apple, 2 apples, or 3 apples.
Yes, that is right. So, if you have a big number of apples, you can say, I have many apples. You use many because you can count the apples one by one.
Let us imagine we are going to the big supermarket in our town. I look in my shopping basket and see 5 big red apples.
That is a very good example. If I look in my basket, maybe I have 10 bananas. I really love bananas, so I have many bananas in my basket today.
You always eat so many bananas, Daniel. Let us give our lovely listeners another clear example. Think about your good friends.
Ah, yes. Friends are a wonderful example. You can count your friends, like 1 friend, 2 friends, or 3 friends.
If you know a large number of people, you can say, I have many friends. It means your group of friends is quite big.
You are doing so well following along with us. Just remember, if you can count it with your fingers, you use the word many.
Let us try one more example with many before we move on to the next word. Look outside your window and imagine you see a busy street.
If there is a big traffic jam, you will see a large number of cars. Because you can count the cars, you can say, there are many cars on the road today.
That is perfect, Daniel. Now, let us talk about the second important word for today. This word is much, and it is a little bit different from many.
Yes, much is used for things that we absolutely cannot count. We call these things uncountable nouns. These are usually liquids, powders, or big ideas.
For example, think about the fresh water you drink every day. You cannot say 1 water or 2 waters in regular English.
That is true, Emma. Because we cannot count the water itself, we use the word much. We might say, there is much water in the ocean.
Or think about the hot coffee you drink in the morning. I know you drink a large amount of coffee every single day, Daniel.
Oh, I definitely do drink too much coffee. Because coffee is a liquid and cannot be counted, I say, I drink much coffee.
Let us think about time. Time is also an uncountable noun. You can count minutes or hours, but you cannot count the general word time.
Exactly. So, if you are very busy, you might say, I do not have much time today. You cannot say many time, because that is not correct.
You are both doing fantastic, Daniel and our amazing listener. Let us give another good example of an uncountable noun. Let us talk about money.
Money is a very interesting example. You can count dollars or euros, but the actual word money cannot be counted.
That is completely right. So, if you want to buy a very expensive house, you need much money. Houses cost a lot these days.
They really do cost a fortune. So, we use much for things like water, coffee, time, and money because we simply cannot count them.
Are you feeling comfortable so far? I know you are doing a brilliant job. Now, we have a wonderful secret to share with you.
Yes, this is the best part of today's podcast lesson. There is a third phrase that makes everything so much easier. That magic phrase is a lot of.
The phrase "a lot of" is absolutely fantastic because it works for both kinds of nouns. You can use it for things you can count and things you cannot count.
It really is like magic. If you ever feel confused and forget if a word is countable or uncountable, just use a lot of. It is always safe.
Let us go back to our supermarket examples to prove how easy this is. Remember the sweet red apples we talked about earlier?
Yes, I remember. We said, I have many apples. But because a lot of is magical, we can also say, I have a lot of apples. Both are perfectly correct.
And what about the hot morning coffee you love so incredibly much? We previously said, I drink much coffee because it is an uncountable liquid.
Yes, but now I can use the magic phrase instead. I can happily say, I drink a lot of coffee. It means the exact same thing, and it sounds very natural.
Native English speakers actually use "a lot of" very frequently in normal, positive sentences. It is usually the most common choice when we talk to our friends.
That is a very important point, Emma. In everyday conversation, we use a lot of to say we have a big amount of something. It sounds very friendly and relaxed.
Now, let us talk about how we use these words when we want to ask a question. This is another very important part of our simple grammar lesson today.
Questions are very common, so we need to know how to form them correctly. When we want to ask a question about the quantity of something, we start with how.
If the thing is countable, like books or cats, we ask, how many? For example, I might ask you, how many books do you read every month, Daniel?
I would answer that I read about 2 books a month. If you want to ask about dogs at the park, you say, how many dogs are at the park?
And if the thing is completely uncountable, like sugar or rain, we must ask, how much? For example, how much sugar do you put in your tea?
I usually put 1 spoon of sugar in my tea. Another example would be asking about the weather. You can ask, how much rain did we get yesterday?
You are getting the hang of this so quickly. You see, English grammar can be quite logical once you learn the basic rules.
You are doing wonderful work by staying with us and paying close attention. We know that studying can be tiring, but you are very strong and dedicated.
Now, let us talk about negative sentences. These are sentences where we use the word not to say that something is missing or small.
In negative sentences, it is very common to use much and many. For example, if I only have 1 apple, I can say, I do not have many apples.
That is a clear example. If I have only a tiny drop of water left in my glass, I say, I do not have much water.
Native speakers use much and many all the time in these negative sentences. It is a very natural way to explain that you have a very small amount of something.
So, let us summarize what we have learned today in a very simple way. We use many for things we can count, like cars, trees, and friendly faces.
And we use much for things we cannot count, like air, milk, and beautiful music. It is very simple when you look at it this way.
We also learned the wonderful magic phrase, a lot of. Remember, you can safely use this phrase for both countable and uncountable things in positive sentences.
Finally, we learned that we use how many and how much to ask important questions. We also use many and much when we make negative statements with the word not.
Let us practice a little bit more by talking about our hobbies and daily lives. Daniel, how much free time do you usually have on the weekend?
Oh, that is a fantastic question, Emma. Because I work so hard during the week, I do not have much free time on Monday or Tuesday. But on Saturday, I have a lot of free time.
That sounds very nice. During your free time on Saturday, how many places do you usually visit? Do you go to many different parks or shops?
I actually like to stay home and relax, so I do not visit many places at all. I usually just read a lot of interesting books.
That is a very peaceful way to spend your weekend. I love to cook, so I spend a lot of time in my kitchen.
Cooking is such a wonderful hobby. How many new recipes do you try every single week? You always bring delicious food to the studio.
I try to cook at least 2 new recipes every week. I need to buy a lot of fresh vegetables and much olive oil to make my favorite dishes.
That makes me feel completely hungry just thinking about your delicious cooking. I am sure our listeners all around the world have a lot of wonderful hobbies too.
We would absolutely love to hear about your hobbies in the comments section below. Do you have much free time? And how many fun things do you do?
Please write to us and practice using much, many, and a lot of. It is the best way to remember everything we talked about today.
You have done such a beautiful job listening to our English lesson today. We are so proud of your dedication to learning this wonderful language.
Remember that the secret to learning English is to practice a little bit every single day. Even just 10 minutes of listening or reading can make a huge difference.
We hope you feel very confident and happy with what you learned today. Do not worry if you make mistakes, because mistakes are just proof that you are trying.
Before we say goodbye, please remember to subscribe to the Learn English Hub channel. If you liked this calm and easy lesson, please give this video a thumbs up.
And do not forget to share this podcast with any friends who are also learning English. We want to help as many lovely people as possible.
Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with us today. Keep smiling, keep practicing, and we will see you in the very next episode.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a wonderfully beautiful day and happy English learning. We cannot wait to talk to you again very soon.